question. Okay, so let's go midfielders. Yeah.
This is gonna be a good one. I think I have a list.
Okay, Caesar, this was tough.
Okay.
I'm gonna say my number one midfielder first. Like this is the guy. This is the midfielder I think is number one.
Number one.
Yes.
Not 5 through 1.
No. Okay. I'm gonna do the number one midfielder, and then the rest is no order.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Number one, and also I'm gonna say this person because I was mad that Jimmy Conrad did not include him in his top 5 players. Number one midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne. Number one. I got to give it to him. I think he's not just a starter on every team, but he's a star on every team. And yeah, like he makes your team so much better. He can do everything well. For some reason, like he can run past people sometimes. I don't know how.
It's like the Cruz thing where he just does an extra little space dribble.
and like sometimes I'm like I know you're not fast, but like you're having speed a little bit right now, and it's making me annoyed.
Yeah, it's straight. He has ginger power. That's why.
Seriously. So I'm gonna put him. Now we're doing 2 through 5. I'm putting Fede Valverde, Guendouzi, Kimmich, and the last one was tough. This was tough. I'm struggling between. It's hard because we doing all things considered, and this guy is old, and this other guy is like younger. I was really struggling between Modric and Bernardo Silva.
I would take out Guendouzi and put Bernardo Silva, in my opinion. I would. Bernardo Silva's insane. Yeah.
I'll put Guendouzi because Guendouzi can step in as a defensive midfielder and as a more of attacking midfielder too. That's why I'll put Guendouzi. He's decent in the box as well. I like
people I can replace Guendouzi with.
You want to replace? Well, honestly, I put Silva over Kimmich. Really?
Yeah, I just think Kimmich is like solid as hell. Like he's a good player. He's suspect, but he's a good player.
Well, yeah, the only reason I could replace him is because I haven't seen him do it anywhere else. You know what I mean?
But I mean, he's won Champions League very recently too.
That was the asterisk Champions League.
Yeah, but also he's been doing it for a while. He won a World Cup.
No, he's a good player, but I haven't seen him do it I haven't seen him do it in England or Spain or something like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know if he won a World Cup.
Yeah, I don't know if he was there 2014. I'm not sure about that, but he and I've seen him play right back and in the midfield. He's a good player.
And I think that's crazy impressive to me, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I've seen Rongier do that too. It's not that serious.
Who?
I've seen Rongier for Marseille play right back too last season. So it's not that serious.
All right, Doc. Bad big Marseille bam. I think Guendouzi's a phenomenal talent. I think he's really good. I think that there are other players that I would still take over him in the midfield. I like Rodri more on Man City than him. I like Casemiro more than him.
Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Yeah, we can.
You can't do Casemiro over Guendouzi. You cannot do it.
Yeah.
You cannot do it. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
I just did.
Guendouzi's more versatile than Casemiro, dude.
Against what?
What do you mean against? Huh?
Against what? When he plays against Stade Rennes? What is this? Like what? This man has. I'm not gonna bank my whole damn future on this man balling out and just Ligue 1 Conference League.
Okay, but also
Casemiro is a time and time again proven game winner champion. I'm taking that.
He also balled out at Arsenal too when he was like 20 and 19. Yes.
His 27 games at Arsenal when they were garbage. All right, that's good.
No, they went. Caesar, I think they went to the final.
They won nothing.
Okay, true. They haven't won anything.
Nothing.
They haven't won anything in a long time. But
this man is not a winner. He didn't win any trophies this year. He didn't win any trophies. Hurt the Berlin. He didn't win any trophies or whatever. Maybe he's to calm down his attitude and he can become a baller.
First of all, a 19-year-old
monster.
The 19-year-old doesn't win the trophy, but I think they went to the final of the Europa League that season. They lost to Chelsea. I think they did. But Caesar, we're talking about all things considered. You know what I mean? You're looking at somebody who's versatile. Ernesto. Fede Valverde is extremely versatile. He can play defensive role and obviously he can play winger. Kimmich is very versatile. Modric is just like unstoppable still. Bernardo Silva is also, Bernardo Silva is more offensive and he used to play winger with Monaco. And yeah, I just feel like Guendouzi is just all around, like when you're talking about like those positions in the midfield in a 3 or a 4, like he does it all really well. I feel like you never really see players do through balls anymore, and he still does those. I got to give it to my boy.
Okay. Guendouzi is a fantastic talent. It's just not, this year, it's not the year.
If I was talking about defensive midfielders, obviously Casemiro's up there, you know. Rodri, I don't know. It's hard to judge Rodri in that system. They have so much possession, so it's like hard to see him like being a defensive midfielder, really.
Okay, that's fair. I just want to see Rodri play. I'm like, damn, that guy's good. Like,
he's solid.
I don't ever think like I don't think negatively. That's a good player.
I don't think negatively anything, but when Man City has possession, it's not like him. It's the other players that are getting it going. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's kind of like remember that match against PSG where they just did the same thing over and over, and it was so annoying. I think they drew or lost.
What makes Casemiro better than him is like Casemiro will like just be like, I'm not putting up with this anymore.
Casemiro's definitely
either do an amazing switch of play, like he's so good at switch and play. I'm great at passing. He's good at tackling, and he can crank it. Like he'll crank it, dog.
I would pick Casemiro over Rodri because you see Casemiro in the match have to do more. Man City just has the ball the entire time, so I don't see Rodri have to do that much.
True.
Real Madrid get caught out on counters. Like teams can get it cracking on Real Madrid a little bit. So you see Casemiro have to do more. You know what I mean?
You see talent having to fix those issues and stuff like that.
Exactly. But yeah, whatever. I mean, it's hard with midfielders anyway.
Midfielders is really hard. You know, any given year, one could fall off another time. It's like it's the most difficult and most stacked portion, I think, on the sport in terms of consistent talent. Like people always talk about there's millions of wingers. It's true, but I think there's more high-level midfielders than there are like high-level wingers.
Like Caesar, it annoys me that I can't include somebody like Marcel Sabitzer or even It annoys me that like this person hasn't taken his career so seriously, because if he did, I feel like he'd be the best. Ndombele, like I still don't see anybody do the stuff I see Ndombele do.
Yeah, me too. Ndombele is like one of those guys where he's a prototypical example where you're like probably in training you're like I have not seen a dude this talented in a long time. You know, if what's his name, the coach Pochettino said that this guy's as talented as Ronaldinho, I'd be like, you know what, dog. He's right. He is. Like not about freaking Capu or whatever. Like this is the dude where you're like, that is insane talent, size, niftiness. Like he's like everything Pogba wishes he was. I swear the Billy is.
Caesar,
he wishes he could be like him.
The Ronnie Brown of soccer. He every time, like I seen this dude get around players in the middle of the park where every single player just passes the ball. I've seen him do moves on somebody that's like right in front of him in the middle of the park. It's ridiculous. And even somebody like Isco.
Yeah. And like, still run around, do all that and be like damn near 200 pounds. Like that's just seriously. Like it's insane. Like you're just like that. If I were to have a soccer player, I would want to be like that style right there. Yeah. Both ways I'm good. Like there's no point where you're like, oh, he's really bad at that.
No. Sadly, sometimes
what is his drive though? Like what is you know?
Sometimes he can like blank out during the matches for sure. But even somebody like Isco, like between Isco and Ndombele, like before Ndombele was around, like it was like Isco's like, dude, like I don't see nobody like that.
When he, especially because like in the Isco era of him being like in his prime, it was like he's a winger. He's a cam. He's a midfielder. He's a center forward on Spain.
Like
that's what I talk about why midfielder is the most talented position you need to be at and the hardest position, because any given day you could be called on and you can fill it. If you have the talent, you can fill that role. Like Isco, insane talent. And